Hey there, boys and girls. Look where I'm at. I got to go visit school today and pick out some new books for you guys to read to this next month. So I'm just hanging out here at school all by myself. It's kind of crazy. A few important things have happened. This past month, we missed this guy's birthday. So I thought it might be kind of nice if we sang happy birthday from home to him really quickly. I'll put his face up so we can see him really closely. I know he had still a very fun party. So there's little Anson, and he is now 6 years old, turned 6 on the 17th of March. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Anson, happy birthday to you. And then, after Anson's birthday happened, we've been at home for a few weeks, and look behind me, a whole new month started. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. So, we moved into the month of April, so now it's April 2nd, 2020. And today is Thursday, and I'm super excited because I see down here in just 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, a little less than 4 weeks even, it's going to be our friend Canyon's birthday as well. So that will be a good time too, I'm sure. Today I have a Patricia Polacco book to read to you, and I love Patricia Polacco, and it is called Rechenka's Eggs. And it's a good one just in time for Easter. Rechenka's Eggs. Each day, Babushka would take a shell of an egg from her basket and paint it in wonderful designs using the shapes of stars and flowers, triangles and circles. Through the long, cold winter, Babushka painted. Look how detailed those eggs are. Then one day, after a snowstorm, Babushka went outside. She could still hear the faint sound of falling snow. It was a sound like soft rain. Herds of caribou came to feed at Babushka's because of the grasses they usually ate were covered with snow. "A miracle," she whispered as she fed some. "These wild things have found their way to me." Just then, a flock of noisy geese honked loudly overhead. As they glided over the snow, one of them faltered and fell from the sky. Babushka went to where the goose lay crumpled in the snow. "A hunter did this," Babushka grumbled. She carefully picked up the goose and took it back to her little house. You can tell he's injured on his wing right there, huh? There she fed the little goose from her own table and put the goose into her best basket, lined with the warmest quilt from her own bed. "I shall name you a good name. One that we both like, eh, my little friend?" she said as she patted the goose's head. "How do you like Rechenka? Yes, then Rechenka it shall be." With Babushka's care, Rechenka grew stronger as each day passed. To repay her kindness, Rechenka laid an egg for breakfast every morning. Such a sweet goose. As Rechenka got better, she waddled around the little house, exploring every nook, cupboard, and corner. One day, she jumped on top of Babushka's work table, overturning the jars of bright-colored paint that she used to color the eggs. "Nyet!" Babushka screamed as she chased the goose with a broom. "No!" The frightened goose flapped her wings to get away and knocked over the basket of eggs that Babushka had so lovingly painted. The eggs crashed onto the floor and shattered into millions of pieces. They were both very sad. There was no reason now for Babushka to go to the festival. Oh, it's so hard when something you've been working on for a long time breaks like that. You both probably feel awful. The next morning, Babushka slowly got out of bed and trundled over to Rechenka's basket to get her morning egg. But when she reached into the middle of the quilt, she picked out the most brilliantly colored egg she'd ever seen. "A miracle," Babushka whispered. "A miracle." Look how pretty that egg is. She made small holes at both ends of the egg and blew the yolk and white into the dish to cook and eat later for breakfast. Then she held the egg up to the morning light and marveled at its beauty. After that, every morning for 12 mornings, there was another egg, each more beautiful than the one laid before. Soon Babushka had enough eggs to take to the festival in Moskva. How wonderful, she thought. A miracle has replaced the eggs that were broken. You can see how pretty they are. Spring is here, my little friend, Babushka said to Rechenka in the morning of the festival. Soon now you will be flying off to the north with your flock. She bustled to the hearth fire and brewed some of her most favored tea. The two shared a saucer of tea with kulich, a sweet Easter bread. She covered each piece with pashka, a spread of cheese, butter, and raisins. Yummy. They savored each bit together. One for you, one for me, Babushka chanted. Da, da, my little friend, I shall sorely miss you, but you are a wild thing, and a miracle sent you to me. It would not be right to ask you to stay here with me forever. When Babushka left her little house, she took one last look at Rechenka, sitting on the doorstep. She waved and then took determined steps for Moskva with the basket of her precious eggs. She thinks that when she comes home, the goose will be gone. She crossed Lebatov Valley where the caribou mothers were walking their newborn calves. A miracle, she thought. New little lives, a miracle. She crossed the bridge over the Moskva River, and soon she could see the onion domes of old Moskva. It's a really cool type of architecture. These are called onion domes. See how they're shaped like onions? The festival was bright and exciting. There were goat carts selling kulich, processions, dancers, jugglers, and laughing children playing and running. Babushka showed her old friends the eggs. Her eggs are the most beautiful in all of Russia, they thought. Look at them, the elders said. They almost glow, as if the paint is part of the shell itself. The judges picked Babushka's eggs as the most beautiful. Babushka was so happy. She beamed as she looked at the first prize, a feather bed quilt. As Babushka made her way homeward, a honking flock of geese flew overhead. Babushka gave them a long, lingering look. She wondered if Rechenka was one of them. When Babushka arrived at her home that evening, Rechenka was gone. Alone, she put the new quilt on her little bed. She brewed a cup of tea, ate the last of the kulish and pashka, got in with her favorite book of poems, and drifted off to sleep. She hadn't noticed Rechenka's basket. Oh my goodness, look what was left behind for her. But that night, Babushka was awakened from a sound sleep by an ever so small sound. It was coming from Rechenka's basket. She hobbled closer and saw a glorious egg, but this one was different from all the others. It quivered and moved. It made tiny muffled sounds. The egg jumped, bumped, rolled, and pitched in the basket. Then there was a crack, and Babushka could see the very special gift that Rechenka had left for her. All a miracle, Babushka said. And this little goose remained with Babushka always. Don't you love it how Babushka, she just looks for the joy in little things, doesn't she? I love it how when she's walking and she sees the little baby caribou, she says, oh, a miracle. And then when she sees the new life coming from the new goose being born too, same thing. All a miracle. It's good to look for the little happy things in life. So I will see you guys in a little over a week. I hope you have a wonderful Easter together and you have a great week at home next week with your parents and your siblings if you have any. And yeah, have a nice week off school. If you want to do anything on Kids A to Z, you're more than welcome to. I gave your mommy and daddy something that you can start doing online too for math stuff, which should be kind of fun. But I will see you guys all soon. I miss you. Bye.